I'm Jeff Sweenor with Sweenor Builders, and welcome to Onsite with Andersen. I'm going to bring you in and show you our custom build here. We call it the Ocean Oasis. Come on in. So we've got a very open floor plan here with the prime feature being the ocean. That's the Atlantic right there. We put a lot of effort into the positioning of this house, in particular the angle of the house, to maximize the views. We have a lot of coastal regulatory constraints on the siting of the house and the position of the house, so we really worked carefully in how to do that and how to address that. So the first thing I'll point out as some of the uniqueness to this house is the open concept, but where second story is above us. So we've got a combination of wood framing and steel structure identified in certain spots here to enable us to have this wide open floor plan. This is a big kitchen here with a big kitchen island and looking over to fireplace with the TV above. The feature here is this 16-foot Andersen slider. Big steel beam above it because, again, we're picking up loads, and we're spanning 16 feet with a second floor above us. One thing we want to note on this is hurricane rated, so it's got these clamps that go down, and you can barely see there's a copper pan that's turned up on the inside. We do that with our sliders so that any water that might migrate in has a path to exit and not into the house, not into the space. All of our windows are hurricane rated. You can see with the clips, and again, we pay really close attention to our management of potential water issues. We put a pan in, the stretch tape, and then it's on top of a clapboard so that we're pitched away. So any water that might find its way into that system has a path to escape. Naturally, we're not nailing the bottom flange to our window so that we allow for that space. We've shimmed up our windows to give that room for water to escape. So if we design them and manage it like we're expecting water, then we've done our best practice there in terms of installation. We're on the coast. We got a lot of wind-driven rain. We have pressure differentials. You know, when that pressure's up against the house, it wants to bring the outside in. So we're paying very close attention to those management practices. We've got some finished space in the basement, so we didn't want to have the traditional cellar door. So we've got an open stair that winds up through, and it's flanked by this tower here, Andersen A-series, with a particular grill pattern so that window wall is inviting all the way up through the staircase. And if you can look up top here, you can see we've framed sort of a tray type of ceiling for that accent feature, which will be really powerful when that light fixture is there. Down here is the master. We've got a lot of pocket doors. This is a real heavy-duty type of soft-close pocket door frame. So pocket doors to really maximize the space and not have a lot of doors swinging in your way. We have his and her shower, his and her vanity stations, a lot of generous space here. And then the actual master bedroom is in here. And again, some architectural details that we've framed for. It's kind of got a stepped soffit that we've been able to utilize for ductwork, and then a couple more steps, and then this tray here. We find that we plywood those entire trays so that it gives us really good, clean lines for our drywall connection. This will actually get a full veneer plaster. Again, we got a 12-foot slider there looking out onto the ocean. There'll be a deck outside there connecting the inside to the outside. So really, really exciting space. The owner's really excited about it. So up here, we have this sort of common area. The homeowners have two daughters, and they each have exact matching suites. So we couldn't have 1 inch bigger on either side. We've got a cathedral ceiling here, closet, and bathroom for each of the sides. But here's the real special spot right here. Outside, we've got a deck that's actually over that first floor, And Andersen door here, and you're out onto that deck enjoying that ocean view there. So I'm out here on this elevated deck, so we've got a real durable surface here. We use this product that's a little bit more durable than a traditional rubber roof because we want it to last 100 years. So we're going to put sleepers down and then decking on top of it, and there'll be railing segments, cable railing in between here. We've got this integral built-in gutter that we made so that water is managed on top here and it'll be concealed by the decking. But come on out, I want to show you some of the details that we do on the exterior to keep us watertight. Now, you'll notice that we're still in membrane up there. We like to have our house in this stage for a long time so that we can see how it performs in all of the elements. So we can see rain and wind-driven rain and snow and make sure that we don't have any leaks. If we have any leaks at that stage, we can easily address them. A lot harder to address those leaks once roof shingles are on or sidewall shingles are on. So same with our siding. So we use a self-adhered weather-resistive barrier. So this has got a very low permeability, so it's waterproof, it's watertight, but it allows some vapor penetration. Water vapor is a little bit smaller than air, if you can believe that, so it's airtight but vapor permeable. And then everything is counterflashed with tape. So everything's overlapping. We've got all of that managed. We think about water and we create these drainage planes. On top of this, we will do a drainage plane, which would be one of a couple different products where it's got creates an air gap behind our shingles. We're using white cedar shingles pre-dipped on this application. We want the ability for the backside of those shingles to dry, and we do that with an air gap in between those two planes. We're above the garage, and this is actually separate living space. It's got a separate entrance. It's sort of designed as an in-law or guest suite. It'll have its own little kitchenette and its own bedroom. So this space is really cool. This device right here is actually, it's not ductwork for the heating system, it's our ductwork for heating up AZAC trim. So we have a lot of flares and a lot of curves here. So we had our HVAC installers build this hot box. So this tube right here, we put a torpedo heater that feeds right into there. We heat this up, and there's a little door at the end. We put the AZAC in, and it comes out like silly putty, and we can manipulate it the way we need to. So that's what that's all about. So thanks for taking the tour with us, and we look forward to seeing you on future episodes of Onsite with Andersen.